All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode. I'm gonna make this quick. I gotta help the wife put a Rockwilder back in the cage across the street. But so what we have here is the front entry area, dining room, office. I've already applied about 3 coats of primer, cleaned the floor, put spray foam along the bottom portion of the drywall so it wouldn't come in contact, the self-leveling cement wouldn't come in contact with the actual base plate. I've applied 3 coats of primer on the floor. I'm waiting for it to dry. Everywhere you see a little spot there, that's where I went back and went through the entire floor and repaired it with structural cement or concrete. So previously this entire section had I want to say oak, hardwood in the front entry, office and dining room, and everything else was tile and or engineered hardwood. So I removed everything, did all of that, cleaned the floor multiple times. Like I said, spray foam underneath there, the drywall underneath the gaps and all that stuff. So, you know, when I pour the self-leveling cement, I don't have to worry about it running. Okay, so I did that. And what we have here, I also sprayed a border or perimeter, just a starting and stopping area with the self-leveling. That way it wouldn't run into other areas that I'm not ready to do right now. I went and bought me a gauge rake. Don't mind the mess. Went and bought me a gauge rake. You know, set the depth to that now. I think it's at 3/16 of an inch. I got my drill set up, paddle, bin. So like I said, we're gonna put, based on the recommendations, I think it's like 5.25 to 5.75, 5.25 to 5.75. Let's see, product data. Nope, not on this page. 5.25 to 5.75 quarts of water per bag of clean and cool water. So I'm gonna put the water in the bins first, or those totes first, enough for 2 bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 10.5, which is the minimum. And if I have to add a little bit more water, I'll do that. Mix it for 2 minutes, pick it up, bring it inside, put it on that little cart right there and roll it across the floor. That I won't have to worry about picking it up. And then pick up, pour, and then do that as many times as necessary based on recommendations or based on the quantities that they have listed. I should only need about 10 to 11 bags for that entire space along the front, but what I went and did is I bought the whole pallet because I know I'm going to have to do multiple areas within this house. So I'm going to do a section at a time. That front area first, then I'll do this area right here, then I'll do the kitchen and everything else. So long story short, that's that. Go ahead and pour today, let this finish drying, help her with this dog across the street, and then we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, it's been about 2.5 hours. We put down, I think we ended up putting down like, I want to say 16 bags. I was thinking it was going to be between 10 and 13, either 10 or 13, but it ended up being 16. I got a few spots that I got to go back and do once this dries. I'm gonna give it 2 days to go ahead and dry, even though I know they say it's walkable within the next 4 hours. So there's a spot over here. See that line right there? That's when it started setting up. Went back outside to grab another bucket. The wife hadn't finished putting proper amount of quarts in it, but that started setting up a little bit too early. So I gotta go back and pour right there, just a little thin, extremely thin coat, probably like a 1/16 of an inch, if that. And then the areas where I transitioned from starting to stopping, like right here, I'm gonna feather it first, like, you know, sand it out first, because it's probably like a 1/16 of an inch transition. If that works, then I won't have to go back and pour that section either. But like I said, that section over there has to be redone. You know, just pretty much do it again, just a little bit. Probably take about a bag, if that. And then there's that transition right there. I'm gonna sand that out as well. And then this is where we ended up stopping at. But of course, you got to keep a wet edge, and it's extremely hard to do when you have a wide room. I was mixing up 2 bags at a time. So if you could see, and don't mind that hump or whatever along the wall, that's not how it's poured. It just splattered a little bit. So don't have to worry about that. But see that transition line right there? That's why I kept a wet edge. It's a little off. It's about a 1/16 of an inch. I could feel a little hump in it. But what I might end up doing is going ahead and just sanding what I can out, and then just starting at that transition line. I'm gonna go out probably like a foot and a half with primer, just in case it goes further out. That way it makes the proper bind. And then what I could do is just pour probably 2 bags. It'll probably be enough for just that skim coat right there. That way all of this is the same height. I did have some issues where, you know, I had to, it's like a few bumps here and there where I wasn't able to rake it out fast enough because it was setting up and stuff like that. But I could come back and lightly sand it. Not an issue, not a problem. It's way better than what it was, for sure. Especially with putting down LVP, you gotta be sure that the floor was within the 16th, well, between the 1/8 and 16th of an inch tolerance. So, and my caulk, or not caulk, what is it? Spray foam in the can held up pretty nicely, held it from spilling over. So all of that's well, all of that's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, this is roughly, I think it's about 400 square feet. It took about, I think it was 16 bags. So I went a little bit over 3/16 of an inch thickness, which is fine, because I want the floor to be fairly level prior to putting down this new LVP. So stay tuned. we still have the kitchen to do. It looks a hot mess, but you know, don't pay it any mind. It's not gonna look like this forever. Stuff all over the floor, bags. I had a little spray foam all along the bottom of like the sheetrock and everything else. So I have to come in, once I finish up this area, all this, the front entry, office and dining room, I'm gonna come and cut all of this spray foam that I sprayed underneath the sheetrock. I'm gonna spray some along the bottom of these built-ins on each side. I also gotta clean out this like little storage closet for cleaning supplies and stuff like that. Take the baseboard, shoe mold out of there, spray the spray foam in there as well. That way the self-leveling cement or self-leveling material is not coming in contact with the base plate. And then once all that's done, I'll start over here at that section right there, that opening right there. I'll start from there and work my way out, and then I'll just keep a wet line going straight across, you know, straight across like that. And then, you know, I'll end up stopping right here. So I'll end up spraying some more foam right there. Not a problem. Spray some more foam right there. That section will be complete. And then the kitchen itself, I'll literally start in the kitchen, start over here, work my way out, come across, work my way into the pantry, work my way straight back like this. And what I'll do is I'll spray some foam right here in that opening going towards the butler's pantry. The same thing on the other side, and just work my way all the way through, just like this, all the way back and forth, back and forth. The refrigerator, I'll put over there somewhere just in the meantime. And then what I'll do is when I come out the kitchen, I'll come straight across like this, boom, and just keep a wet edge, wet edge, wet edge, come all the way down, 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 until I turn into this transition spot right here, boom. And those sections will be done. I can start putting on the LVP. Woo! So yeah, shout out, big shout out, huge shout out to my wife, man. Cause I did it with her, you know. So she's across the street checking on the dog, but she was mixing, she was moving as fast as she could. We're all human, no one's perfect, everyone makes mistakes. So huge shout out for, you know, to her for being able to help me as well. Because without her with this, I wouldn't have been able to do it. But like I said, end of the day, we're getting it done one day at a time, one project at a time. So stay tuned. Be sure to like and subscribe. Peace.